need to paint a little picture for you before I go into this video. Before I went to hospital, you know how some women have really, really small hospital bags and they just manage to pack everything into a little holdall? Not a word of a joke, I had 2 suitcases. My husband and I had a massive row a few nights before I went into labour where he got everything out the bags and said this is absolutely ridiculous. I started crying and said don't touch my hospital bags, and I think, oh my gosh, you've given the baby grows germs, and I think I washed them again. I was a little bit crazy. So I put everything back in my bags, and yeah, we had 2 suitcases. When I was moved from delivery ward to labour ward, my husband had to do 2 trips to get these suitcases and there was nowhere to put them. So you are talking to a complete overpacker. However, what I can assure you is that I will not forget anything. So when you look below this, there's a link to everything you could possibly ever need in your hospital bag. So feel free to ignore most of it. What I wanted to do today though, is just tell you a few of the extra little things that you might not have thought of that will just make your life nice and easy and a bit luxurious when you're in the hospital feeling a little bit bleh. So I'm going to start with things that will come in handy during labour and then a few things that you'll enjoy afterwards. Now in labour, probably what's going to happen is that your midwife's going to say you're not allowed to eat much. What you are allowed though is a few little things like sweets and Lucozade, things that keep your energy up. So let's start with that. Bring along these Lucozade Sport, flat, not fizzy. Fizzy will make you feel really sick. I had 10 of these. This is why I had a big suitcase. And also energy sweets, loads of them. This is not being sponsored, just so you know. These are just brilliant. They give you a boost, they give you energy, and it makes you feel 100 times better if you're really blimming hungry. So there we go, good start. Also, and can I tell you, I hated the taste of this before I had Poppy, but now I love it, I'm addicted. This coconut water, and people in the know tell me that this brand's the best just because it's the most natural. This is allegedly more hydrating than water. It's got electrolytes and potassium, which means it just makes you feel really good. So I got through, I think, about 3 of these because I was in labour for 19 hours. So yeah, amazing stuff. Bring a few of these along too. And what else? Sweets. Whatever your favourite sweets are, I like Jelly Babies, but Haribo's or Percy Pigs, anything like that, absolutely amazing. Just if you're hungry, if you need energy, stuff those in your gob. And now this, I think, is genius. I think a hypnotist told me this. I was really stressed. Tupperware, flannel, lavender oil. So what you do is you get the Tupperware filled with cold water and then I think about 4 drops of lavender oil in it, give it a shake, and then dip the flannel in your concoction and just wipe your brow. Or just lie there like I did. I think I had this on my forehead for most of my labour. The lavender relaxes you, it cools you down and it makes you feel human. In fact, it smells a bit like you're in a spa, so you can dream you're at Champneys or something. Really good, that is amazing. I think at one point I spilt it when I was stressed, but just so don't go too near it. What else? Oh yes. A hairband. 3 things in one. Number 1, to get your hair off your face, obviously. Number 2, so this is a bit small. Put it on your wrist, and when you're feeling a contraction coming on or you're feeling a little stressed, ping it really hard. And it will take your mind off that pain and make you think of that. And number 3, and I think I did do this, if the person who's with you is annoying you, flick it at them. They need to suffer too. So that's during labour. Those things will really, really help. Now, things you might want on the ward afterwards. Right, first of all, flip-flops. You've got to bring flip-flops. Forget fluffy slippers, okay? Flip-flops are good because you can wear them around the ward and you can also wear them if you have a shower, and the showers are absolutely disgusting. You need to prepare for this, and this brings me on to my other thing, Milton wipes. I was a little bit strange. I think my nesting instinct carried on when I was in hospital, and I was wiping everything. I think I wiped the shower. So Milton wipes, flip-flops. Oh, sorry, they're really gross. Right. I don't know if you're going to think this is really vain, and I think it probably is, but they're just a few little beauty items that really made life easier. And the first was my Laura Mercier concealer. You can use any concealer for this, but I'd got really bad hormonal acne, and I had this humongous spot on my cheek, which I think I've got at the moment. And when I had guests, I just wanted to get rid of it. So this was brilliant. And also, if you just look really rubbish, just put some under your eyes. That's the only makeup I brought with me to hospital. Dry shampoo, because you're not going to want to bother washing your hair, apart from after the birth maybe, but just spruce you up a bit. And finally, I forgot this, and I made my husband buy me one because I had really hairy armpits. I was in hospital for 4 nights. A razor, just in case, pack it. Finally, lactulose. If you're not aware of lactulose, it's basically a very sugary kind of syrup, and it stops you being constipated. You may need one triple the size of this. You are going to be bunged up after you've given birth. Your body, I don't know what it does, it goes into some weird kind of, I don't know, it just goes weird and it stops working properly for a week or so, and this will help you poo. So lactulose, amazing stuff. I'm sure if you don't remember it, the hospital will provide it. Finally, something that I really, really, really don't think you need. This is probably the only thing I didn't bring. Disposable maternity briefs. They are so uncomfortable. They make you feel so disgusting. They are not necessary. What you need to do is go somewhere cheap, get some really cheap, really big, comfortable cotton knickers. Bridget Jones, big knickers, period pants. Bring loads of those. They are what you need. Do not buy these. They are so gross. Blech. I really hope that's helped. As I said, below you'll find a link to the most comprehensive hospital list you'll ever need. Do not bring 2 suitcases, by the way. It was a big mistake. I hope you've enjoyed my first video on Upfront Mama, and I'll see you soon.